class. This is Mr. Watlington. Welcome to CIS-410, Security Systems Administration. This is a great class, especially if you're looking to get a certification like your Security Plus or your SSCP, your Security Systems Practitioner. This will provide you a lot of great information. So I'm looking forward to a good 5 weeks. This is just an overview. We're going to go through some things in the class, what to expect over the next 5 weeks. So really kind of from an overview perspective, like I said, what this course is about is really going to teach you really three kind of fundamental things. Risk assessments, how to do mitigation strategies, and really some of the policy development and the compliance pieces. And when you've completed this course, you should be able to analyze different types of network risk, and also look at some ways of mitigating that risk and how you can protect your customers or your personal data. Now, some of the tools we're going to use in this class. Well, first of all, office hours. Online course. My office hours are Tuesday from 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. And on Tuesdays, that's when I do a lecture, okay? I will give a lecture and PowerPoint and for a short time, and then we'll also do some Q&A. On Thursday, there is no lecture, okay? Thursday is just Q&A. So I'll be on from 7 to 8 Eastern Standard Time. But if you have a question or something you don't understand, you need clarification, you can come online, ask questions, drop right off. So hope to see you there. I know many of you guys are taking multiple classes, so I understand the hectic schedule. Likewise, with my schedule, if something comes up where I have to change the time or something like that, I'll give everyone advance notice. Now, this course also has an ebook, the SSP, your System Security Certified Practitioner. The all-in-one exam guide. This is actually the book. So the actual certification guide itself is the ebook for the class. Can't beat that, can you? Yeah. So when you leave this class, you're going to have a head start, a really good head start to go get that SSCP. Now, I will tell you, if you're familiar with DoD, Department of Defense 8570, I know everybody always tries to get their Security Plus, which is great. But this particular certification, the SSCP, will also fill your level 1 DoD 8570 requirement as well. So something to think about there if you're looking for a cert to get, and it's that's not the Security Plus. But still, by all means, strive to do your Security Plus, because this is foundational as well for Security Plus and for this one as well. Now, this class will use VCastle. And what VCastle is, it's a simulation. It's a hands-on simulation set of labs. And there's instructions inside of your Canvas on how to access VCastle if you're not familiar with VCastle. VCastle is a lot of fun. Actually, I've went through some of the exercises, and it's really good virtual hands-on learning, and it's going to help you out quite a bit. Now, this class, we do have quizzes. Yes, there are quizzes, but they're pretty easy. There's a 30-question pretest. Yes, I want you all to do that pretest before you start the course. Knock out that pretest. Then your Unit 1, Unit 2 quizzes, they're 10 questions each. And they really prep you for your exams. Midterm, I said, there's a 21-question midterms, and a lot of that midterm is essay. I know you hate writing essays. I hate grading essays, but it's a necessary evil, and it has to be done. Because one thing with essays it really helps quantify what you really know about a topic or a subject. Unit 4 is also a quiz, and then Unit 5 is your final exam, which is 30 questions, and it is also multiple choice. So we do have quizzes to take care of. Now, here's the big one, discussions, our weekly discussions. Okay, every week we have at least one discussion. There's a couple of weeks, like the first week, where you actually have 2 discussions. Your first discussion is an introduction, where you just introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about yourself. You don't have to go into great detail, but just a little bit about yourself and your degree program and things of that nature. Now, from a academic perspective, like I say, Unit 1 is going to be our discussions on commonly used protocols. Things like ARP, TCP, UDP, all of these common protocols, SMTP. And if you don't know what those mean, you will by the end of the class. Then with Unit 2, we're going to do some discussions on biometric system. Biometrics, like something that deals with authentication factors of who you are, such as retina scans or thumbprints, all those different types of biometrics. There's many types of biometrics. Also, in Unit 3, we get into some of the different types of professional resources we're going to talk about. Unit 4, which is how we handle private business information and some of the personal equipment associated with that. Unit 5, one of my favorites, is cryptography, because that is a very important topic. Now, here's some of my expectations, guys. All right, please pay special attention. Well, I can't talk today. Pay special attention to this, okay, because this will really impact your grade. In ECPI, this isn't my policy, this is ECPI policy. Your initial post each week is due by Thursday, midnight, by Thursday. You got to have that initial post in. If you don't get your initial post in by Thursday, you will be deducted 10 points automatically, right off the top. 10 points, okay? So please don't lose 10 points. I mean, that's easy. So get your post in, start early, start Tuesday, start Wednesday. I know you're not going to start Monday because most of you are just getting over the last class from Sunday. So I will tell you, start Tuesday. Also, now this is my expectation, is from an ECI perspective, you're supposed to provide an initial post and then respond to at least 2 of your classmate posts. You see, because interaction and collaboration is very important in an online setting. However, here's what I expect. If you want to maximize your grade, please respond to more than just 2, because I look at 2 as the minimum requirement, and I will not give the highest grade for someone who just meets minimum requirements. So respond to more. Now, also, when I say respond, I'm looking for more than just, hey, great post, Chuck. No. Put a little detail into it. Ask them questions, all right? Ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to ask me questions, because I will be asking you questions, and I'll be trying. I hope to sometimes maybe even putting you on the spot. And some of the questions I'm going to ask you, I will tell you right up front that you may not know the answer to. So I'm going to expect you to go out and do a little bit of research and come back, because I want to push you just a little farther than you think you can go. Okay? So yeah. So put some college level thought and research into your responses. The rest of these slides I'm going to go through, just a quick overview of each of the units. Unit 1, it kind of get into some of the cryptology, protocols, and how people hack systems, their motives behind that. There's reading from chapter 1, 3, and 5 in your textbook. Also, there's some presentations that you'll see from those same chapters. And there are three net labs you're going to do, lab 1, 3, and 5. That's going to deal with network devices, how you capture network traffic using things like TCP dump and Wireshark, things like that. Also going to look at how to protocols and how you're going to connect to remote systems with SSH and some of our FTP, SSH. Boy, almost went brain dead there. And then also going to look at ways to analyze different types of attacks, things like ARP spoofing, address resolution protocol spoofing, and different types of mitigations. How can you stop those types of attacks? All right, going to Unit 2, we're going to get a little bit deeper into some of your security technologies, and really going to get into authentication, the whole authentication process of identity management, how you manage identity, and how you authenticate that identity. Also, we're going to talk about different classifications of malware, that's malicious software, if you're not familiar with that term, and some different types of countermeasures that we use to defend networks. There's, again, more chapter 2, chapter 4, chapter 6 is your reading and your presentations, and there's a couple of net labs, lab 10 and 14, that gets more into AAA. When we say AAA, we're talking about authentication, authorization, access control. And really, these things are really core to what we do from a cyber security perspective, is understanding how somebody identifies themselves, how they are authenticated on the network, how they're given authorization to get to certain objects or certain information resources, and how we control access to that individual as they move. So these labs will walk you through some of those characteristics. Unit 3, we talk about physical and information security. Physical security, yes, that is a big part of what we do from a cybersecurity perspective. Understanding your disaster continuity, disaster recovery plans, your DRIP, what we call it. all those different things. We're going to get into those and how to identify that, how you write security policy. Policy is very important in how we write that. Some of the other things we want to talk about is data within itself, how you categorize data, how you store it, different elements of databases and database management. And then we get into some of the presentations. Chapter 10, auditing. If you're thinking cybersecurity as a career path after this, you will be doing quite a bit of auditing, how we audit the whole process of identification, authentication, authorization, access control, and security operation planning, and again, a couple of labs that you'll do there as well. Unit 4 is information systems maintenance, and this gets into some of the different types of tools from compliance and threat, risk, vulnerability, impacts, how we will do those, how you look at qualitative and quantitative analysis. Qualitative being something you can't put a number to, quantitative, yeah, I can measure that 1, 2, 3, or in dollars or some form. And because when we talk about cyber, there are certain things that you can put quantitative numbers to, and there are certain security controls that are qualitative in measure. And I will look at some of the different types of vulnerability tools, that we go through, whether we're doing scans or different types of vulnerability tools. Then we're going to get in chapter 7, 8, and 9, looking at risk response, how we do recovery from an attack or from some type of a threat, and how we do monitoring analysis, and again, a couple more labs. Last week of this class, Unit 5, we're going to get into encryption. You said, well, we talked about cryptology early on. Hey, there's a difference between encryption and cryptology, and you'll probably learn that throughout this class. But now when we get into encryption, we're going to get into some of the encryption methods, talking about symmetrical encryption, asymmetrical encryption, things like public key infrastructure, PKI, all these different things, stenography, how we hide things within something else. You put in digital information inside of a photograph or inside of an MP3, as well as crypto analysis and how you analyze and how you look for attacks against our cryptological systems. Again, if you're looking to become from a cybersecurity perspective, understanding encryption, understanding cryptology is paramount to everything that we do. That's how we do a lot of things as far as controlling access, authorization, is through methods of cryptology. So, should be a great class, really looking forward to it. I think that overall, we're all going to have fun. I will send out information every week. Always look at your announcements, guys. Always look at the announcements, because there's always something that I'm sending out once, twice, maybe 3 times a week in the announcements. Sometimes information there that you would need to know to help you through your class. All right, guys. Thank you very much. This is Mr. Watlington. If you have questions, you can reach me via email or the ECPI email or text and express your questions or whatever you might need. Hey, have a great week. Looking forward to get started. All right, let's do it.